Hello everybody, thank you for watching Giraffe Sports. My name is Cole Martins, and today we are going to be talking about the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, as this week was a very big race, probably the second biggest race of the year, right behind Daytona, as this week they were racing at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 21st running of the Brickyard 400. The chance to win this race is huge. The chance to win at this famous speedway, the chance to kiss that bricks, was on the line on Sunday. And Kevin Harvick got to lead the field to the green flag to start off the race, but he didn't lead the field for long, as the number 24 car, Jeff Gordon, the first winner of the Brickyard 400, passes Kevin Harvick to take the lead right at the beginning of the race. Then we had to lap 20, where we had our first caution of the day, which was a competition yellow to check on the cars because of the rain that happened the night before, with all the rubber being taken off the track, to see if anything hurt the cars at all. Now, whenever he came in to come and check their car, Joey Logano had a different strategy. He decided he was going to stay out on the track and he was going to take the lead and see what his car could do up front. Then we had to lap 32 as Kasey Kahne, another Hendrick car, passes Joey Logano for the lead. But as soon as that happens as well, Menard hit the wall and had to come into pits, which messed up his day. A past winner of the Brickyard 400 in 2012. His day was, he had a pretty bad day that day, and finished the race, I believe, 2 laps down. Then we had to lap 55, where after pits, Kevin Harvick took the lead back from Kasey Kahne and led for about quite a while, as we had to lap the second lap 68, where we had our second caution of the day. During pit stops, Denny Hamlin went to go get out of her pits, when all of a sudden you see smoke just flying on the back of her car, as she could not get the car going, as she stopped at the end of pits, where they believe she broke a rear axle, and that brought out our second caution of the day. Now, other drivers came into pit on this one as well. Denny Hamlin decided he was going to stay out and try to get the lead and try to see what his car could act like up front, and trying to keep on a different strategy to see if he can take one last pit stop than everybody else. Then we had the lap 73, where Kasey Kahne once again takes the lead, as this time he passes Denny Hamlin, which was on the green flag on the restart, with Hamlin with his old tires could not keep up with Kahne. Then we had the lap 97, where we had our third caution of the day, as Trevor Bayne loses it coming into the corner while having a flat tire, and dodges the wall up high, but then comes in back into the infield and nails the wall down there, as his day ended because of that crash. And this crash actually messed up Denny Hamlin's strategy completely, as the last pit stop he had, his gas man did not fill up his tank all the way, and they knew they weren't going to have enough gas to make it to the end, so he was forced to come in pits with everybody else. As Bowyer, who came in the pits right before that caution came out, was the only car to pit before the caution, so he was able to take the lead while everybody else pitted. Then we had to lap 102, where once again Kasey Kahne, who looked like he had a pretty dominant car through most of this race, again gets a pass on the restart for the lead, as he passes Clint Bowyer. Then we went to lap 139, where we had Kasey Kahne our leader, but closing in very slowly was his Hendrick teammate Jeff Gordon, as he was less than a second behind Kasey Kahne before the fourth caution of the day came out, as Ryan Truex loses power on the track and brings out our fourth caution of the day. Then we had to lap 144, where we have our restart, and Gordon this time takes advantage of Kasey Kahne on the restart, as he takes the lead, and Kahne drops way back in the pack because he dropped back to 5th. And then we had to the end of our race, where Jeff Gordon, once again, he gets the win at the Brickyard 400, and a record 5th win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which leads the all-time winners at the Brickyard 400. And with this win, Jeff Gordon clinches a spot in the chase with the multiple wins and having enough points to stay ahead of 31st place no matter what, but also clinching a spot in the chase with him as Carl Edwards, Jimmie Johnson, and Joey Logano, who joined Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Brad Keselowski with spots in the chase. Now we're going to head to results for the day. First place was Jeff Gordon. Second place, Kyle Busch. Third place, Denny Hamlin. Fourth place, Matt Kenseth. So you see right there, Joe Gibbs was a very, very great day, finishing 2, 3, 4. He wishes they all were up one more spot, but hey, that's a great day for a team. In fifth place, Joey Logano. In sixth place, Kasey Kahne for our notable mentions here. Seventh place, Kyle Larson, the rookie, having a great year so far and a great finish here at the Brickyard 400. Eighth place, Kevin Harvick. Ninth place, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 11th place, Ryan Newman, last year's winner. 12th place, Brad Keselowski. 14th place, Jimmie Johnson. In 15th place, Carl Edwards. In 17th place, Tony Stewart. In 21st place, Eric Almirola. 28th place, Kurt Busch, who got in trouble during that caution earlier in the race, which put him a lap down. He never came back onto the lead lap after going a lap down. And Danica Patrick, who was out of the race after having her rear axle issue, finishes 42nd. Now we head to our point standings coming out of this race, as in first place remains Brad Keselowski, who has 3 wins and 666 points. Second place, Jimmie Johnson, also with 3 wins and 628 points. Then in third place is Jeff Gordon with now 2 wins and 717 points. Fourth place, Dale Earnhardt Jr. with 2 wins and 693 points. Fifth place, Carl Edwards with 2 wins and 603 points. In sixth place, Joey Logano with 2 wins and 591 points. In seventh place, Kevin Harvick with 2 wins and 565 points. In eighth place, Kyle Busch with 1 win and 609 points. Ninth place is Denny Hamlin with 1 win and 572 points. In 10th place is Eric Almirola with 1 win and 496 points. And 11th place is Kurt Busch with 1 win and 456 points. Then we had the 12th place with Matt Kenseth, who has 601 points. And 13th place, Ryan Newman with 606 points. 14th place, Clint Bowyer with 577 points. 15th place, Kyle Larson with 562 points. And in 16th place, Austin Dillon with 559 points. So if the chase were to begin today, Austin Dillon had the final spot, but 3 cars are very, very close behind him. As in 17th place is Kasey Kahne with 555 points, which is 4 points behind Austin Dillon. In 18th place is Paul Menard, who is 551 points behind, 551 points, as he's 8 points behind Austin Dillon. And in 19th place is Greg Biffle, who is 550 points, 9 points behind Austin Dillon. Then after that, pretty much the next driver is, well, I believe it was 30 points behind, so he's got a little bit of ways to go to keep up with Dillon. But those 3 drivers just barely outside the 16th spot, so it should be very interesting to watch with 6 races to go here in this till the Sprint Cup chase. As that is it for this week's results. As next week the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will be heading back to Pocono International Speedway for the GoBowling.com 400. You can catch that live at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN. Where earlier this year in the spring race, we got to see Dale Earnhardt Jr. take his 2nd win of the season. So let's see if he can try to sweep Pocono this year. And last year's winner of this event, who is now going to be coming on a year without a win, is Kasey Kahne. So Kasey Kahne desperately needing a win to get into the chase right now, as he is just barely out of the chase. But a win would very help him and possibly clinch him into the chase. Great track for Henrik here and for Kasey Kahne, so maybe he can get that first win sometime this week. Some other news actually coming out of NASCAR this week as well before we end the show. Carl Edwards was not introduced into the Roush Fenway Racing roster coming into 2015. So that tells you that he's going to be looking for a new ride coming into next year. Some big names I think that he could possibly go to who are looking for some drivers is Richard Childress Racing, who pretty much right now don't really have a very, very big name. Even though Ryan Newman is somewhat of a big name, not really huge. I think Carl Edwards would be huge for Carl Edwards to go to Richard Childress Racing, and it'd be huge for Richard Childress Racing as well to have Carl Edwards. But the other team I think he could possibly go to is Joe Gibbs Racing. Maybe they could possibly open a fourth car for him and have a very, very outstanding lineup at Joe Gibbs with Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch there. As those three finished 2, 3, 4 this week, there's a great possibility that Carl Edwards could go there. Well, that is it for this show. I'd like to hear what you guys are going to think. Where do you guys think Carl Edwards is going to go next year, possibly? Or what do you guys think about the Brickyard 400? What do you think about Jeff Gordon's dominance this year? I'd like to hear what you guys got to say. If you guys could please like and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, that'd be great. You can also keep up to date on the latest NASCAR news following my Twitter account at NewsGiraffe, where I keep everybody up to date with NASCAR, NFL, NHL, MLB, and the NBA. And then I believe that will be it for this video. I thank you guys for watching, and you guys have a great day.